When you're exhausted after school, work, or just dealing with life, the last thing you want to do is open a textbook. The longer you push off studying, the more you fall behind. But that's not just a hit to your grades, it's a hit to your confidence. If you don't figure out how to study effectively, even when you don't feel like it, you might be setting yourself up for a cycle of disappointment and stress. Being able to push through when you don't feel like it is a crucial skill for all areas of your life. Whether it's putting in the effort at work, staying consistent with a side hustle, or even showing up in your social life, the ability to act despite feeling tired or unmotivated can make a huge difference in achieving your goals. There was a time when I was constantly facing this kind of problem. Every time I'd sit down to study, the words on the page just didn't make sense. I'd stare, blink, and stare some more, and nothing would click. It felt like my body was fighting against me, like I wanted to focus, but something, I don't know what, was pulling me under. And honestly, it pissed me off. I remember one night in particular. I had a big deadline the next day, and no matter what I did, I couldn't focus. I just sat there, staring at the clock, watching the minutes slip away. It was a horrible feeling, knowing I had to get it done, but feeling completely powerless to do so. That was the breaking point for me, because I couldn't keep going like that. So I started to tweak my approach bit by bit, experimenting with new habits. At first, nothing seemed to work, and I was frustrated. But then gradually, things began to shift. It didn't happen overnight, but soon, my study and work sessions started to feel different. I felt more in control, like I had a handle on things. It was weird at first, realizing that even on my most tired days, I could still be productive. And trust me, if I could make the change, I know you can too. As we progress, I'll provide some tips to help you if you find yourself struggling, ensuring you can stay productive even when that fatigue doesn't go away. Your distractions could be the real problem. And of course, the biggest of them all is your phone. When I first started working full-time, I thought I had it all figured out. I landed a remote job at a small Russian startup, and it felt like a dream. No strict schedule, no boss hovering over my shoulder, but that freedom, it became a double-edged sword, quicker than I expected. I remember sitting in my room, laptop in front of me, ready to dive into work, but then the notifications started, and before I knew it, I was down a rabbit hole of endless scrolling. Each notification was like a little tug, pulling me further away from what I was expected to do. At first, it was easy to justify, just 5 minutes, but those 5 minutes turned into hours. And every time I got sucked in, the guilt followed. I was supposed to be working, building something, but instead I was stuck in this frustrating loop of distraction. I always met my deadlines, but it felt hollow because I knew I could have done more, achieved more. Many of us fall into the trap of thinking that scrolling through social media is some sort of rest. Studies have shown that engaging with social media negatively affects learning and memory performance. And when comparing social media usage and wakeful resting, which is resting with your eyes closed, the latter did a better job. But besides the breaks you take when studying, there is a bigger fish to fry: your nighttime rest. 60% of college students have poor sleep. No need to tell you, the impact of this is huge. It's not just about feeling tired, it's about how well your brain works, your memory, reaction time, and even your creativity all suffer when you're sleep deprived. I've almost never had sleep problems, but I vividly remember at least one time I did recently. It was awful. If you keep pushing through with little sleep, you're setting yourself up for burnout, poor performance, and even long-term health issues. At least focus on basics. Start by setting a constant bedtime, create a calming nighttime routine, and keep your room dark and cool. So start tonight, set your bedtime right now, and see how it changes your life. But what if you're already getting enough sleep, but still find yourself struggling to stay focused and motivated? Well, in this case, there is another change you can make: move in that study session. You shouldn't swim against the current here. The key is to identify the time of day when you have the most energy and focus and schedule your study accordingly. For some people that means having a surge of energy and focus in the morning. I used to push off my studies until the evening, but when I started moving them to the morning or late afternoon, I noticed I was able to tackle my tasks with a clearer mind and a renewed state of motivation. You'll be able to make the most out of your energy and focus, like finish an exam prep in 2 hours instead of 3, and even small time savings can add up, freeing up more time for hanging out with friends, or maybe finally optimizing your sleep. Of course, there will be times when you're feeling drained, no matter what time it is, but don't worry, there are still plenty of ways to boost your energy and focus. In fact, sometimes the best solution is as simple as taking a break and moving your body. When you're feeling low on energy, taking a quick break to go outside and move your body can provide a surprising energy boost. Just step outside and move a bit. Research has shown that even brief periods of physical activity can increase energy levels and mood. I absolutely enjoy the feeling you get when you forget about your worries for several minutes, breathing fresh air and seeing sunshine. As someone who has struggled with energy and focus in the past, I can personally attest to the power of taking a break to move outside. Even a few minutes of physical activity can make a big difference. Of course, there will be days when you're feeling more tired than usual, no matter what time of day you choose to study or work out. So here is a final tip to help you out. When tiredness persists despite your best efforts, opt for low-intensity study tasks that don't require a lot of mental effort. By doing it, you can still make progress even on tough days. I often fall victim to all-or-nothing thinking when I feel like I shouldn't even start if I'm not at my best right now. But there are many different things you can do when it comes to studying. You can take some time to review your notes from previous classes. This can help reinforce what you've already learned and prepare you for future sessions. Or if you're studying a subject that involves complex concepts, try watching instructional videos that break down the material into smaller terms. This final tip is comforting and realistic, offering a way to still make progress even when energy is low. Remember, it's okay to take things slow and prioritize your well-being. This tip can help you with that. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more tips and strategies. And if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comments below. I'm always here to support you. I truly hope this video is helpful and definitely have a good day.